Listen here, I can't go another year. No, I can't be up in here complaining. Gotta let them know I'm famous in my heart. Listen here, I'm here for the world to hear. And I'ma make sure they know what my name is. I just wanna end up famous in
I'm so
their
serious.
heart.
Probably why they be so damn curious. They furious. Easy got these ladies on some silly shit. Now what the dilly is, I'm going all out. Hey, I'm the talk of the town while y'all just saw a mouth. Here's a story about my quest to be rich. I'm like Beyonce and Kelly on some Destiny shit. Mr. 6 Mile, look me up, I'm somewhat a dream. Got my city like an addict, guess it's somewhat a fiend. For my team, anything less is uncivilized. Surprise, I'm seeing this world through clear eyes. And haters only make me more inspired to bless. On the clock right now, what the hell is the next? Like that feeling in your chest when you're ready to leave. Like that memory you had, you just couldn't believe. And we always got a little ammunition for y'all, cause we remember when they wouldn't even listen at all.
Listen here, I can't go another year. No, I can't be up in here complaining. Gotta let them know I'm famous in my heart. Listen here, I'm here for the world to hear. And I'ma make sure they know my name.
In 97 on Gunston and 6 Measy, the streets made a natural born hustler. Believe me, drop real with it. That was my first EP.
And everybody, welcome to a special edition of the Jackson Report. I told y'all we was gonna stream live on location, but pushed it back to next week so we can get a little bit more prepared. Plus, listening to the Austin weatherman, who probably should not always be quick to make predictions. We figured it was gonna rain today, so I pushed it back to next week. But still got a lot of interesting stuff I wanted to get across to y'all today. This episode 43, and I figured it was time for me to really, really touch on something that's been like bothering me over the past couple months. Like, cause I keep seeing it more and more during this whole pandemic and during this whole quarantine session where unemployment got upped, everybody got the extra bonus. Loans was being given out, grants, all kind of extra money. And still, I see a lot of the same people doing the same thing. And it could be looked at as like people gonna do what people gonna do. They doing what they want to do. But the flip side to that is maybe they doing the only thing they think they can do. And it's a difference between the two. If you're doing what you want to do, that's one thing. But if you feel like you're doing the only thing that you can do, there's ways to expand on that. I mean, like I always been this believer in you are what you be around. I had an uncle, a wise uncle of mine, used to always tell me, you learn a lot about you by looking at the friends that's around you. So if you're around a bunch of people that's always ready, quick to pop off and always talking about the turn up, then mentally you get stuck like in that repetitive cycle that you become programmed to like always look for the next turn up. Or you always walking around with that chip on your shoulder, just ready for somebody to say the wrong thing so you can pop off because you're a product of what you be around. But I wanted to speak today with y'all about obtaining something to pass along, because that's what legacy is about, at least in my eyes. Putting yourself in position to be able to help somebody else. And a lot of the times I've spoke on this like in bits and pieces, certain aspects of it. But today I want to drill it into y'all. Like, I know a lot of brilliant minded people that won't let themselves be brilliant minded because they programmed with this mentality that this all I can do. Oh man, because they ain't gonna let every excuse under the sun except for just to do it. Because the only way to get ahead or the only way to even break that ceiling is to try new things and experience new things. And ultimately, it may just broaden your horizons. Like, for instance, if you move from a certain area of the country that lives their everyday life under a certain mentality. Like, I'll use myself for example. When I first moved to Austin from Detroit, I came down in a course, head always on a swivel, always alert, paying attention. But I realized the mentality I had when I was in Detroit wouldn't work down here in Austin because it's not that kind of city. It's not that area where you always need to have your head on a swivel or where you got to feel like your back against the wall and I got to pay attention to them over here and pay attention to them over there and let me always be on alert mode. Because I will admit, my city is a city that's based on pretty much survival. You got to know when to stop certain places, when not to be in certain areas. Oh, no, we can't stop at that Coney Island. That Coney Island ain't known for the right thing. We ain't going to stop at that liquor store over there. That's not known for the right thing. Bet not get gas here. You bet not go to the Murder Mac at this time and that time. But when I moved here, and I would pull up to places at night, I would pull up and be sitting in the car surveying the scene until I start paying people attention and start realizing these people moving about their daily business. They ain't giving a damn what I'm doing. They not even thinking about doing no crazy stuff to me. And that ties into what I want to speak on. I see a lot of people all the time complaining on Facebook, or it's always one dramatic situation after the next. When do you get to the point of like, something got to give, something got to be different? I see those statuses where people like, something got to give, or people like, oh, my better days coming, or I'm a work in progress. I see all those statuses, and I can almost guarantee you I could stay off Facebook 5-6 months and then come back on and see those same people posting those same statuses. So the thing of it is what I want to speak on and what I want to tell y'all is it's not easy to break the cycle. The best thing to just do is take that first step to breaking the cycle. And it becomes easy. Start acquiring stuff that's not just about you. Like, for instance, if you're around 4 millionaires, they constantly say that. If you're around 4 millionaires, chances are you'll end up the fifth one. Chances are the conversation and the banter amongst the group won't be the same. I was just talking with a cousin of mine earlier. And I said something to him, and we kind of elaborated on the subject. I said, sometimes before we place judgment on a person or before we look at a person, like, because I know some people down here and may come across to the next person as, oh, they uppity or they this or they that. And my thing was, maybe the conversations they have are different. So it may sound uppity to you, but it's just regular banter to them because that's what they talk like. Me doing Lyft down here, I've heard some conversations with just a group of friends in the back of my car and thought about some of the conversations I had with some of my groups of friends and was like, geez, the level of what they talking about is totally different. Like on a Saturday night where we supposed to be turning up and they coming from the turn up or going to the turn up, but the conversation they having is about stocks or like or about trying to get a good APR rating on this new car they've been looking at. And I'm like, APR rating, stocks. When I first got here, I'm stocks, APR rating. Like I would have people in my car and the conversations they was having at the age they were made me feel some type of way. And it's like, this what I was supposed to be doing at that age? Is this why I'm like this now? But when I say I want to speak on generational wealth, it's like I know a lot of talented people. And sometimes they box themselves in like, I don't know, what if I do this and it's not good? Or what if I do that and it's not good? Or how can I go about this? Try it. Like, for example, me with this new Daquan line. Oh yeah, bro, it got here.
Let's go.
Yeah, like Chuck, we doing it for the females. Like, it's
Hold
like,
it up a little higher.
yeah, see, we doing it for the females. We got tops like this.
Nice.
We got shorts like this.
Ooh,
for the
those are pretty
females.
clean.
Yeah, for the females. Chuck, for the dudes that love to see the bottom of some girls' boobs or some crazy stuff
Uh-huh.
like that. I got the hoodie crop tops for the
Ooh,
females. I got
genius.
the hoodie tops for the females. We got the summer dresses for the ladies. We
That
got
looks like nice material.
yeah. Yeah, a lady just told me like, "Oh yeah, this the fabric that I like." So, and all of it's custom made by my sis down in North Carolina. And we got more to show y'all. Like, we got different color
Uh-huh.
sundresses. We got them in all sizes. We got the little shorts y'all like to wear. We
Oh,
got
I love when girls wear that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, see, yeah, and they walk, you get to see the little jiggle. I mean, we got the tops that match the shorts for the ladies. Like, we got those. Let's see. There's more. There's tops like this
Mm-hmm.
to match the shorts. We got the custom made, like, yeah, and it's all coming. It's all coming from my sis down in North Carolina. She sits back and takes her time to handcraft all of this. And I think it's just a complete blessing to have somebody like that, like on the team, and we all pushing forward to obtain a certain goal. And I see for you ladies that always running and need to sip some, I got I got the water jugs for
Nice.
y'all. Yeah, I got the water jugs for the ladies. It's all kind of stuff in my little goodie bag right here. We got more shorts. It's we got all kind
That's a
of stuff.
clean logo too. Did you design that, or did the lady from North Carolina design it?
My sis, when I say my sis do her thing, she did her thing. Like, all I told her is, I want to come up with this clothing line. I think I want to call it the Daquan clothing line. And I got money. And that was and that was it. And she was like, say less, bro, I got you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and for her to sit back, like, and my bro, love him to death. He always be on me like, bro, and he keep me abreast of it every step of the way. And I'm just like, the fact that I know she hand tailoring all of this, it's like, okay, bro, take your time. Like, ladies, I even got these for y'all because I know y'all, the ladies love to wear the little cutoff shorts to lead a little bit of allure when they walk past. So we got this for y'all. I got these. Man, there's so much stuff in this bag. Yeah, we got these in the nice sizes for the ladies. It's a lot of those in there. I got the tumblers for the fellas. Kaon, if you seeing this, yeah, I got that tumbler for you, but it got the Daquan on it, bro. And I'm letting the tumblers go for $10. I'm gonna do the tumblers for 10. The short set's 40.
Wait, what's a tumbler?
What's a tumbler? You know what, Chuck? I'm gonna look down here in my goodie bag for you to show you what the tumbler look like. The tumblers look like this for the ladies. Yeah, see? So if you're drinking the coffee or you sipping the Slurpee, because the straws is in the box too to come with the tumbler, it's going down. Chuck. Like, yeah,
Okay.
I'm letting the tumblers go for
So it's like a
10.
Yeti kind of.
Almost like a Yeti. Yeah, and it is like pretty much keeps it
Mm-hmm.
just as hot and just as cool. We got the tumblers, we got the water bottles. We do, yeah, man, sis, when I say, I just said, we trying to do something different, and she said, well, say less, and this is what came from it. So it's a good look for me. Like, And of course, the tumblers, I'm keeping one for myself. I got to see. I got the different color jugs for the females, and I think I only grabbed up 3 of those because I wanted them to go real fast. So I wanted to let them go real fast. And this one is dope to me. Like I saw it when she sent me the picture of this one, I thought this one was dope. So I almost was like debating on whether I wanted to keep this one for myself because I'm constantly sipping on something, and I think I might keep this one for myself. I might keep that one for myself, but
Oh, Kaon said he rocks with it.
yeah, tell him, Audrey, because I know she watching. Oh yeah, ladies, I ain't see. I got the backpacks to match I got the backpack to match one of these outfits for the ladies. You know, y'all love carrying these little bags and stuff like that. Even for the little baby, this one could be for your little 4-year-old going to school, wear a little cute little backpack. I got Chuck. I went all out this time when I was doing it. I figured.
And then when the other kids ask, "Hey, what's Daquan?" they'll be able to say, "Tune into the Jackson Report at 6 p.m. Central."
Exactly.
And we'll have a new fan base of kids in elementary school.
Hey, exactly. And we have to do right by the kids in the elementary school. See, I got the other color of it too. This dope.
I like that one.
Yeah, this one dope. See, ladies, so you want the little purses. You know, you carrying your little purse. Like bow. There you go. We got the purses for y'all. We got the little backpack. You throw your little stuff in it, get you together, get you right together. So yeah, I just been this what I've been brewing up all summer, and I told y'all it was coming. And shouts to my sis, Luxuries by Neek down in North Carolina. Like if you're in the Durham and Raleigh area in North Carolina, give her a shout because she down there doing her thing. Like your vision, if you got a vision, she will definitely bring it to life for you because I'm like flabbergasted with it all. Like I didn't even know it was gonna come out like this. I just ran my mouth on an episode one day, like, yeah, I'm gonna do the Quan clothing line. And that was the start of it. I mean, I opened my mouth and threw myself in the fire with the saying I was gonna do the Daquan line. And my sis made it happen. Like, and I'm like ecstatic about it all right now. Like, so if you my fam down here, my friends and all of y'all down here, my power circle, y'all see it's on deck. So we need to have a round table meeting so we can figure out how we gonna get this off, y'all. Like, see, it's always good. Like I was saying, it's always good. It's always good to have a team of people, especially when your team is supporting your vision and y'all are moving in a direction like a unit. It's like no one man above the team. Everybody got the same end result in mind, and we all work together. And I couldn't be more proud of it. Like y'all hear me mention it. I mention it in my music now when I say the power circle. It's like a blessing to hear and have some of the conversations I have and know the direction that everything is going in. But Chuck, you know it's crazy because even in the midst of me getting the clothes in and me coming in, I still ain't touched on the generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
The fact of this whole Biden pulling everybody out of Afghanistan, that he putting the troops back, like how do you feel about that? Like me, I'm being honestly, I was up on it, but after so long, it was just like I wasn't familiar with the topic no more. So when I heard he was bringing them home, I was like, dang, they still over there? Like I honestly was like, they still there?
Honestly, yeah, I've learned more about what we're doing in Afghanistan in the last few days than I've known in a long time because I haven't really been thinking about it for a while, and now that it's in the news, I've been seeing videos and reading stuff about what we've been doing, not just what's happening right now.
Oh, wow. And see, I'm like, when I saw it, I was like, I'm dumbfounded to it. Like, dang, how did I not know they were still over there? Like, I was like, oh, he bringing them back. Dang, I'm like, we sent them back over there again? Like, no, they been there all this time. Like, since the Bush administration. Like, damn, they've been there. They've been there almost 20 years. Like, that's freaking crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah. And I saw a video the other day. I didn't realize the reason we were there exactly, but we were, training the Afghan army pretty much. We were trying to train them to be able to defend themselves without U.S. presence against the
wow.
Taliban. And I saw a video the other day of a bunch of army dudes from America training a group of Afghan dudes that they wanted to turn into the army, and they were trying to make them do jumping jacks, and they couldn't do jumping jacks.
Oh, wow,
And
really?
there was another one where they were at a camp, and they were like, "None of y'all are prepared for anything. Like, none of y'all have helmets on. They're sitting
Wow.
around smoking hashish. They're literally they're just not ready for anything." And it helps answer some questions as to why
we
the
was over
Taliban
there
was able to
take over
take
like
over
they
so
did.
fast. Yeah.
It's you start to find out. Like, I used to always be like, we just bullies. But the more and more I have been researching these different areas, you start to find out, like, it's almost like they not even thinking in them terms like we think over here in America. Like, we always think it's almost like America, that dude that walk in the room and you like, oh shit, some shit gonna pop off. Like, here go this motherfucker. Like, it's almost like we like that. And the rest of these countries be just like living their lives in a good little harmony, and here come America. Like, they did what? To the citizens of the country, they probably look at it like, whatever, and be going about their lives. But America make it an issue. Like, they're gonna do what? We got to go over there and stop that. Like, man, and that boat, I think that boat gonna end up sailing and is ultimately gonna come back and bite us in the behind. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen, because every great empire has to fall. And that's the scary part about being an American sometimes. Like, we guilty by association. That's what's fun. That's just messed up. Like, war to me has always been crazy. Like, if your government beefing with my government, y'all meet somewhere in the parking lot and just have it out. Like, don't involve the citizens of the respective countries. Like, think about it. When they was at war over there in Afghanistan, to see the videos and how you described it, my mind painted the visual of like, these people ain't thinking about war. They over there chilling.
Yep.
And we just came over there and had a whole war, a bunch of innocent people based off the few rotten apples. I'm not gonna say it's not people running up and shit over there with bombs on, like suicide bombers, but is that the Afghani people or is that the Taliban? So it's like, damn, they getting just as discriminated on there as we is over here. Like, it's wild. That's wild in the mud. Like, I completely was ignorant to that fact. So that's live that you actually.
Yeah, it's just been all over the news, so I had to read some of it.
Yeah, because when I saw it, I was like, okay, we putting the troops out. Like, shit, they still over there. But I didn't think nothing else of it. Like, I didn't know they was over there trying to basically train a bunch of people to fight that ain't into fighting. It's like that kid to just be like, I don't want to fight. No, that's not for me. Like, and fighting ain't for everybody. So it's like you taking a whole country of people like that and trying to make them into what you are. Basically, is what I take from that. And it might get me some criticism, but I just feel like that. Like, I just feel like that, and especially us, like black people in America. We should be the last to ever be like, when it comes to the immigrants, when it comes to anything, we should be the very last ones, like, knowing what we've been through in this mug. Like, we should just, even when the Arabs come over here, it's like after 9/11, how many of us had our noses like, oh, that motherfucker might come in here with a bomb? Like, not us. Like, for real. Like, not us. Like, not us. And a lot of the times, some of the people I know, some of the conversations I have, it'd be like, come on, man. Like, you part of the problem if you feel like that. Like if you don't see people as just people by now, you part of the problem. Like to me, you're really part of the problem. But speaking on this generational wealth thing, Chuck, that's just like not to put anybody on the spot, but that's like with me, all of the hard work I'm doing and all of the hard work we be doing. When you leave, who is it gonna go to? Like, where is it going? Or is you just working to maintain until you get up out this mug? Or are you working to like establish something that somebody else may be able to grab hold to and push it that much more further? And that's to me what generational wealth is. So a lot of times I hear people like, oh yeah, he ain't gonna be about shit because all this was left to him. He don't know what hard work is. And it's like, I started thinking about that one day. Like, just because a person is born into money, does that mean they don't know what hard work is? Because a lot of times everything is visual. Even when you start working, you don't know how to work at all, but you see a visual of somebody else doing it. So the people born into money had to see hard work at one point in time. Their parents had to be diligently doing something because it's not like the money just fell out the sky and it's like, oh, I'm a millionaire. I got to leave some of this to Chuck. I'm going to leave some of this to DeWitt. Like, it's not like that. So it's like when you broaden your horizons a bit, your mentality towards everyday life and the things that you partake in start to change. And I've gotten a lot of criticism. I've gotten a lot of flack from different circles of people that I be around because of other circles of people I be around. And it's like, I just never been that person to ever cap myself. Like I never think that enough is enough. So it's like if I had 5 million tomorrow, I would still think, okay, that's not enough. And not thinking like that's not enough for me, it's like not enough for all of the people that I want to do something for.
Yeah.
So that's to me, like, if you look at America, the landscape of America now, and just how the wealth is spread out amongst the different ethnic groups, I think we looked at this before. And I think now I'm curious to know where it's at now after the pandemic. Like where it's at now after the first wave of the pandemic, I should say, since it seems like right now we headed into the second, third, fourth, and fifth waves, like at this point?
Yeah, so I think so.
Like, yeah, because apparently we the only country with the Lambda variant, Chuck. Like,
what?
Somebody said it started over here, and I'm like, really? Like, damn, I didn't know. I thought all of this was coming in from overseas, and that just goes to show how fucked up we think in America. Like,
No, I'm seeing from the Wikipedia page that it was first detected in Peru.
I was finna say, that, you know what, that goes to show though how arrogant we is as Americans. Cause that's like the Lambda variant, it started here in America. Like, nah, that shit came from overseas. Like we don't think we capable of starting some stuff like that. Like, no, ain't no disease started here in America. It came from overseas. Like, and that's, to me, it's like looking at the spread.
I don't think we need to be too concerned about the Lambda variant. There's only 1,000 confirmed cases in all of America.
Oh, that's not that bad. Yeah, that's not that bad. That's not that bad.
And that's third. Number one is Chile, which has 1,400.
Oh,
so
shit.
it's really not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad here. But the Delta variant is tearing our ass up. So
I'll check the numbers for that.
Yeah, the Delta variant, like my coworker was telling me today, it's like 500 people in the hospital now. Like,
in America?
In Austin.
In Austin, yeah, that's not.
Yeah, in Texas, I think, and it might just be in the Austin region. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, that's real crazy.
Yeah, I'm seeing on Wikipedia, as of today, the U.S. has 86,000 cases of
Delta,
and the UK at number one is 240,000. So that's
Shit.
triple.
Damn. Yeah, that's triple shit. Well, we not doing too bad, but certain areas getting hit hard. Cause like my bromo and them, bad as I wanted to visit them, they shutting North Carolina down slowly but surely. Like, and a lot of areas is shutting down. Like I talked to today when I was paying my car note, the lady was like, she hoped they shut them down. I didn't even get to ask her where she was at, but
Really?
yeah, she was like, I'm hoping they shut us down. Like
Wow.
the numbers, because I think my bro told me they closing North Carolina schools down because something like 100 and something kids caught it already.
Wow.
Like, dang, didn't school just start like yesterday?
I think
Like,
so.
they caught it overnight. Like, it's not funny. I'm not laughing at the fact that these children have this. I'm laughing at the fact of like, school ain't started, but a lot of schools did start prior to just yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I know some people that started school last week. So, and I
Yep.
think UT ain't started yet. Like, but we got the kids there. Like,
Mhm.
so I think they start this weekend or something like that.
This is a good time to watch this video. Austin ISD parents challenging the mask mandate. This is from KVUE News. Do it, you can't see it, but
Yeah, it's
you'll
all
be able to hear it.
it's all good. It's all good.
All right.
With 7-year-old Lisa in hand, the parent approached the doors of Cowan Elementary. The parent asked us not to use the second grader's real name. We're also not showing her face nor the mother's for fear of retaliation. The school administrator noticed the family members not wearing masks and asked that the little girl put one on.
No, she's not wearing a mask. She's not wearing a mask.
This is the law. The parents continue citing Governor Abbott's ban on mask mandates. At this point, the school official bends down and directly addresses the second grader.
Good morning. We're really excited to have you here today, okay? So if you want to come on in, you can come on in. And then when you come on in, we do have masks that we can provide.
The back and forth continues.
We're not wearing a mask.
So you have that option, but any student that comes into our campus is required to wear a mask.
Not according to the governor.
So according to AISD, which is AISD,
We've been seeing this for so long.
Man.
The Supreme Court of Texas.
we're here to welcome our students in and celebrate our first day.
Right, but if
So
you're not going to welcome her in
we're
without a
welcoming
mask,
her in, but we're going to give her a mask when she comes in because that's AISD policy. So you do have your choice.
she's not going to wear them.
The family made their choice and is prepared to make even more.
As a parent, it is my decision to not have my daughter wear a mask. And if that can't be my decision, then
All right, I think.
You know
we saw
what?
it.
That ultimately is kind of like the gift and the downfall of America. Like
Mhm.
people feel so free of choice. Like and ultimately that plays into what I keep saying about Austin. It's like to have a mayor of the capital city makes no sense at all because nothing he says stands. It's almost like he say one thing and have it. Nah, I don't feel that way. So we gonna do it like this. So it's like Austin is the most the most Republican liberal city I've ever lived in. Like, like I mean, and it's bad because I thought Atlanta was different. Like I always pay attention to the landscape of places. And people love Atlanta. But Atlanta is a liberal city that used to be in the middle of a red state,
Mhm.
almost like Austin. And like I keep saying, a lot of people in Austin don't want Californians coming here because Californians is basically pushing Austin to be the liberal city that it pretends to be.
Mhm.
So it's crazy. Like you can't say we're a liberal city, it's diverse here, and this is what we believe in. But yet, when true liberals get here, you hit them with the conservative attitude of not letting them be who they are. And that's the wild landscape of Austin that I don't think people pay attention to. And that's wild in a mug that you really want your kid exposed like that. Like just, you're an adult. You can make your own decisions, but to make the decision for your child, at least I would say, okay, my child, if I don't want her to wear a mask, like, why you don't want her to wear a mask? Like, what's the difference?
Yeah. It's weird. We've seen so many videos of people at stores and stuff being like, I'm not wearing the mask. It's not the law. And they're arguing with like the cart pusher at HEB, you know, and the dude's just like, dude, like it's our policy. I don't make the rules. And you see these people like freaking out. But this is the first video I've seen of people dragging their kids into it.
Yeah. And it makes no sense. It's like, it really makes no sense because even though Governor Abbott did give the executive order that masks are optional, it is a thing in there that says these private businesses can make their own rules, though. So it's almost like if I was the HEB guy, I would be like, fine, you don't wear a mask, you don't come in HEB. That's just what it is. Like, but then that poses a whole nother threat because now you got the people, you can't tell me this and that, especially if you're not the owner of the club. You're just the door boy.
Yeah.
That's exactly how they gonna play you. Like, you're just the door guy. Like, you're not gonna
Exactly.
tell me. So it's wild, man. It's
But I
like-
didn't see any videos like this from last year.
Right. Like, it was nobody. It's
Because
crazy.
there were masks at schools
Yeah.
last year around this time.
But see, Abbott hadn't gave that order.
True.
Abbott was like, look, put them mugs on. Like, last year he was like, but now I feel like it's almost like I can understand both sides of that now.
Hmm.
Like, people get in my car and be like, oh, are you a stickler on the mask? And I can almost just about tell who gonna give me the BS about it and who not. So the ones I feel like gonna give me the BS about it, okay, you ain't gotta wear a mask, but you might be uncomfortable because I'm rolling all 4 windows down.
Yeah.
And my windows all go all the way
Yeah.
down. So now we riding in a topless car, pretty much. Like, no, you ain't gotta wear the mask, but your girl hair gonna be messed up. Her lashes might fly off because I'm rolling all the windows down. Like,
Yep.
but they mostly do. Like, the majority of them get in, and I don't even have to tell them.
Mhm.
So it's like, I'm hoping Austin would at least go back to like maybe 75, 50%. That's my hope. Like,
Mhm.
because I think it'll curve the number some kind of way. Like, because here in Austin, yeah, like I said, my coworker was telling me 500 people is like in the hospital now. So I don't
What's
think
crazy to me is that I saw a thing the other day that was like the hospitals are overwhelmed again. You know, like we went through a period where we were overwhelmed and then we kind of got over it. And
Yeah.
there was a period where the hospitals were actually doing fine. There weren't that many people in there with COVID issues. And then all of a sudden Delta comes and we're screwed again. It's like, why weren't the hospitals prepared for this to maybe happen again? You know?
Yeah, because
I
they've
saw
been
a thing that-
predicting it.
Yeah, I saw a thing that was like, there are only 5 ICU beds like available in the whole county. I think we talked about this like last
Yeah.
week or maybe the week before.
Yeah, because it was like 16 the last time we checked. And it was like the date you gave, I was like, I'm so curious to know now. And my coworker was telling me, like today, she was like, I think the hospitals is all done now. Like, there's no more beds left. And that's crazy. So if you get shot out here in these streets, stabbed, anything, you can't get rushed to the emergency.
I saw another thing of a guy. He literally had 5 bullets in his body, and he had been waiting for days to get surgery. And
See,
yeah,
it's not, that's wild. Like, you get shot and they just stretching you out in the lobby. Like, we gotta work on you out here. Make them a pallet on the floor like that. It's not funny. But at this point, we done been through so much. What can you do but laugh at the, like,
yeah.
it's an ignorant thing. Like, dude,
It makes me happy because when I had to go to the emergency room in January because I got all this glass in my leg and my foot.
oh shit.
I was luckily there at a time where they weren't overwhelmed with COVID patients. So
Right.
I had to wait in the waiting room for like 15, 25 minutes before they were able to stitch me up. But like, imagine if I was sitting there for days waiting and I just had glass in
Damn.
my foot, like
That's
getting
crazy.
infected.
So the guy had to wait days with 5 bullets
I'll
in
pull
him.
it up.
That's nuts. And I hope to God they didn't have this guy waiting in like the waiting room. Like, look, just make them comfortable. Like, how do you do that? Like, that's where it's detrimental. Honestly, that's exactly where it's detrimental. Like,
Wow. Okay, I'm pulling it up. Man shot 6 times, waits for more than a week for surgery because of COVID.
damn.
Joel Vasquez was shot 6 times outside of a grocery store in Houston. Blah blah blah. 11 days later, he's still awaiting surgery to remove the bullets that pierced his left shoulder and neck, as COVID-19 patients have overwhelmed the Texas health system.
That's crazy. Like, I'm curious to know where they had this guy waiting at. Like, I'm curious to know.
He's in a hospital room from
Uh-huh.
the picture. He's in a bed. He's got a gown on. He's clearly hooked up to some stuff,
Uh-huh.
but he's waiting on the actual surgery.
Oh, that's
But he's sitting there with bullets, shrapnel in his neck.
that's crazy. That's about as crazy as the guy who needed brain surgery and they had him waiting. And it's like, when you look at it from that aspect, if that don't help you understand the seriousness of putting on a mask, like if that don't help you understand the seriousness of, like, why would you put your kid at risk like that? Like,
I think also importantly is don't put yourself in any dangerous situations right now, because if you might have to go to the hospital, you might not be able to get help.
right. I mean, a simple fight, you can get socked in the eye and fall, hit your head. Now you gotta go to the hospital and they looking at you like,
Sorry.
put some cold peas on your head and don't go to sleep for the next couple hours.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Like, that's is making it come to, like, it's like a reality slap when you think about it from that aspect. Like, that means you get rushed in the hospital with your finger dangling. You screwed. You're gonna be sitting in the waiting room with your finger dangling, like, until they can get a surgeon loose. And that's wild that they don't have no surgery beds. None. But see, it's kind of like stupid too, because if he laying in a bed, why can't he have the surgery?
I'll keep reading.
Yeah, why he can't have the surgery if he in a bed already?
It says the ICU is at 103% capacity. So I don't
Damn.
even know how that's possible. Why would you have a
Exactly.
capacity if you can go over it? I
That's
guess people are sitting in the hallway, but
like I said, they making them pallets. Maybe they on sleeping bags or something. Like,
yeah, it doesn't really say exactly why he can't get it, other than he just isn't getting it because they're overwhelmed.
I guess because when he come out of surgery, he gonna have to be in ICU.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So there's no room for him. Like, that's crazy. So imagine, that's crazy with football season coming up. Like, what if you get a major injury on the football field, like, and you gotta have surgery? But of course, they going to a whole different hospital than we get to go to. They probably got medical staff and all that in DKR.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I wonder if the DKR has like a surgery unit in there somewhere. That'd be crazy.
yeah, that would be crazy. I mean, UT is known for being self-sufficient as hell, so it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Like, when somebody told me they had their own, basically, energy source, I'm like, really? Really? The mud couldn't have been worth a dang on that much, because power be going out on West Campus a lot. So if UT got its own power grid, that mud.
I don't think so. I'm not seeing anything about DKR having
a medical thing.
Yeah.
See,
because there's hospitals like right around the block. So
yeah, because Brackenridge is right there.
there's
St. David's.
Seton.
Yeah,
It's
Seton.
right there.
Right there, Ascension and St. David's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brackenridge did become Seton.
Oh yeah. It's
Goes-
from what I know, it's like a student hospital or something.
Yeah.
Like everyone there is a student.
that's not the hospital I want to go to. Like,
It's like
that's
a
not-
hospital for people in training or something like that.
Oh no, that's not that's not the one I would want to go to. Like, they'd be like, "But you shot take me to St. David's." Like, but we looking at Seton right here. Now, I can hold it. Like, just
Yeah.
I don't think I want nobody training on me. Like, no, if you still learning in that medical school for UT, nah, that's not a
Yeah.
good look. But I heard that hospital was good for head trauma.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I first moved down here and was working right there at the AT&T, and it was Brackenridge then. Like, just goes to show the name of the hospital didn't change that quick, but it was known for head trauma. So I was told that, like, yeah, if you got a head injury, that was the hospital you wanted to go to. But not now. Like, I don't know. Like, Chuck, would you stand for some students, like, with your head split open and they in there, like, working around? Like,
I'll take it over nothing.
really?
Yeah.
Especially if they like, well, we got to reattach this nerve. And you would let some people that's learning, like, I can do it. I saw it. I read the whole chapter. Like, like, seriously, like, you gotta think. You gotta think. And today was such an impromptu show, Chuck. Like, I had to get on here and give him an hour, like, of seeing me. Like, just
Yeah, because we missed yesterday.
yeah, yesterday was like, work has been like crazy. So it's like these past 2 shows have been like therapy for me because I kind of like miss being up here and like having points to discuss with the people. And I've been tiptoeing all around the whole generational wealth thing. Like, the best way for us, I would say, because so many people always say, do I speak in general? I do speak in general on the show a lot of times. But this particular point is for a lot of the people, some that I know personally. It's time. Like, it's time. It's a whole new millennium. It's like we done been through the pandemic. It's the time, opportunity is like rolling right now. Like, it's so many outlets to be able to have your own income. Like, the biggest thing I keep preaching on is like, if this pandemic ain't show you nothing, have something that you can say is yours that you're working hard towards. Because that job that you working, even the job that I'm working, let's say these numbers keep going up and they just start getting outrageous and they're like, look, the best bet, everybody, we got to quarantine everybody. Then what? Because I think if it was quarantined again, the government ain't going to be flying out money like Frisbees this time around. I don't think they will. Like, I really don't think they is. Because, like, in all honesty, according to some of the numbers, it may be a need for a fourth stimulus.
Yeah.
But I don't think we going to see it because the world opened back up for the little short stint that it was open. And people was working and cutting unemployment. And Abbott is like just like that mean ass stepfather. He like, oh, y'all thought y'all was getting that extra bonus with unemployment? We stopping it July 26th. And go 2 months without it and see if you still want to be on unemployment when the world is open already. So it make me understand why Texas have that just persona, like everything, this Texas, because he opened it. And my fear is with all these states closing up, is that going to make more people start migrating down here? Like, the more and more I drive around Austin, the more and more I see how crowded it's getting. And dare I say, like, they trying to expand like the old country town into a major city.
Yeah, I was driving around with my dad, maybe like 6 days ago, and we were driving down I-35. Right, we were going north.
Okay.
Right around the 6th Street exit.
Okay.
Every building on the east side that you can see when you're driving north on I-35, he said all those big buildings popped up in the last like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, because he moved here in '94.
He
Um,
moved here a year before my uncle and auntie
yeah,
moved down
he
here.
said it used to be just a simple town, just a
Yeah,
small, simple town, and it's changed so much.
yeah.
And I've lived here since 01,
Oh wow.
and I've the change has been gradual for the most part until the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And but one thing I have always remembered every time I ever looked at the skyline was just seeing a ton of cranes.
Yeah.
My whole life, there's always been cranes
They
in
just was like
in the Austin
building.
skyline, and now it's where I'm really starting to notice the effects of those cranes growing up. And I saw a
See.
picture the other day. I'll try and find it in a sec. Of it was like the skyline of Zilker from like 2017,
Till now.
and it's like way different. And then there was another one of like 04,
Oh
and
wow.
it was tiny.
It's crazy because I can remember the first time I was on 35 when I think it was like maybe my first or second day I got here, my first official day here. I was on 35 and I was just looking at all of the cranes along the side of the freeway and I'm like, dang, they building up like a mug down here. And now riding through to see all of them same buildings like open and functioning, like when I say it, people like, huh? I'm like, I remember coming when I came here. The Fairmont was a skeleton. The Hotel
Mhm.
Van Zant was a skeleton. I think the Homewood Suites was still a skeleton. And it's like all of these things have been functioning for a few years now. So it's like, wow. And then I'm seeing more and more, like all through West Campus. That's all we've been experiencing since like maybe since I started at my job last October. That's
Mhm.
all I've seen is construction crew after construction crew. And it's like they getting to the point where they building stuff on top. The city was kind of small. So it's like they building stuff in these little crevices or tearing stuff down. Like I'm anxious to see what they finna do with the Riverside area since the domain is taking it over. And I don't think a lot of people know that. I hope I ain't just spew some shit that was above my pay grade, classified information, because I forget who told me about it. But
So I got a picture right now. You
uh
can't see it, but it's 05 versus 2017 Austin skyline. You can see the Frost Bank,
huh.
and other than that, there are maybe one or two buildings that you can tell are still there. Everything else is new.
That's wild. That's wild. Like, so didn't the Austonian used to be the tallest building y'all
Yeah.
had downtown? That
Yeah.
was still there in 04?
No, that popped up. The Austonian popped up in the last couple of years.
Damn, and they already, well, they said the Jenga building was supposed to be taller than that. But I don't think it is.
The Jenga building. Oh,
Yeah.
the one that never got finished?
Right.
Yeah, it was supposed to be taller, but for some reason they've stopped. Okay, yeah, the Austonian popped up in 2010, so it's been here a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when it first went up. That does not seem like 11 years ago.
Yeah, that's so. It just goes to show how fast time is flying. And that's what made me think about the whole generational wealth thing because time is flying. And we living in a time where you could make a track today, put it on iTunes, and be a millionaire in a week with how the world is going. Chuck getting a good text message from somebody.
My brother just liked a Venmo payment
Uh-huh.
from 4 years ago,
Da-
and the caption that I put was 1,250 calorie apple pie.
From 4 years ago?
Yeah, I don't know why he's got to be really bored to be surfing his.
I was
Venmo
finna say
from
4
that
years
long
ago, it was still there. It was like it didn't. Venmo things don't erase.
I guess not. There's a funny stand-up bit about using Venmo as a social media because technically Venmo is a social media.
Oh, it is.
I believe it was Hassan Ahmad that
He-
did it. It was really funny. I'm not gonna say it, but
Use Venmo as a social media.
Yeah.
Like social media is the devil, Chuck. You didn't know, like between Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of these different things, Snapchat, all of this stuff, it's almost like that controls our everyday lives.
if you ever like, let's say you have like an ex-girlfriend that blocks you on everything.
Uh-huh.
Check her Venmo. She probably forgot that Venmo is technically a social media.
Oh, shit.
Or if someone like deletes all their stuff, they're probably not going to delete their Venmo because they got money in there. So if you still need to see a picture of them, they got
Yeah.
a profile picture.
And Chuck's a professional stalker. Like, I would have never thought of nothing like that. Like, oh, you blocked me on everything. Let me check Venmo.
Yeah, and then
You're like,
and then go to one of her payments and comment like, "I miss you. Take me
oh
back."
man, shit. Then shit just then that'll probably get the cops called on you,
Yeah.
like restraining orders. Like I've never had that in my blood, Chuck. Like I don't know,
Oh,
like
no.
maybe I've indirectly stalked a female before,
Mhm.
like just on some.
Oh, we've all just surfing someone's page on Instagram is like technically a form of stalking. You
A
know,
form of stalking.
you're looking at them when they don't know.
Oh shit, I'm a stalker.
I think stalker is too strong of a word, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. So not a stalker is too strong of a word for surfing Instagram. So okay.
Yeah.
I'm a slowly walker behind her then, I guess. I'm not exactly
Now
stalking.
that's stalking.
I'm just like
Oh yeah, if you just so happen to be slowly walking behind her.
Yeah, I just so happen to slowly walk behind her when I run into her. So yeah, I'm a lightweight stalker, Chuck. Like it's a few Instagram pages I scroll across daily like, dang, new post. Let me check it out. Like so yeah, I'm a lightweight stalker, I guess. I am. I'm a lightweight
Mhm.
stalker. But for you to know that about Venmo, I never would have thought about that. So that may be the same with Cash App. It's not really no feed on Cash App. It just show you payments.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that hip with Venmo. I'm still kind of adjusting to learning how to use that mug,
Mhm.
like getting it to load up right. But he said stalker, like so look,
It's called Facebook stalking. You ever done that?
a little bit.
Yeah.
If all else fails, I'm opening up a professional finder service for those people that need to find people. Gonna call up Chuck and be like, what's her name? Give her whole government. But see, with Venmo, oh yeah, it do show your real name, no matter what little nickname you
well,
put.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it say at such and such and such
No,
and such.
not. It doesn't have to be a real name.
It doesn't.
No.
Oh, that sucks. It's one of them. It's one of them that, regardless of what nickname you put, your real name, you have to open
Really?
your account. I think it might be Snapchat.
Perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think you might have to, even if it's just your first name, you got to put your real name on
Yeah.
there. Like it get real crazy. Like, and it's wild because
Yeah. We got 2 minutes.
I know it's wild because it's a couple people on Venmo who I've who never still in my phone.
Yeah, I need to go through my contacts and clear out random shit that I don't even know what it is. I was looking through my contacts the other day and I saw just Enterprise in my contact list, and I was like, "What? Why is that in there?" Yeah,
Rental
I gotta
car.
clean it out.
Me, I still got a few people, so I gotta clean my phone out too. And I always gotta give y'all like a jewel. And today, I guess the jewel I'm gonna give y'all is this. You was born a certain way, and then you grow up, and certain people call it being set in your ways and all that. But look at it like this: if being set in your ways keeps you at a certain point, reset your ways and do something different. And I hope that didn't fly over y'all head when I say reset your ways. They always say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But the whole aspect of life is learning and living off experience, and you learning on a daily basis. So you never stop learning. So that means you can reset and change your ways. Stop being set in your ways if your ways is not progressing you. If you find yourself all of the time being, oh, I just don't know, or you always being doubtful and depressed or something like that, change your ways up. Start doing different stuff. If you don't like golf, try golf. You never know. You can't say you don't like something you never tried before. So try new stuff. Broaden y'all horizons. Expand y'all mentalities. And this been another good episode of the Jackson Report. It was impromptu this week, so I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Catch me next week. I'll be live on location at SoCo Live Food Court. Come out if you're in town next week. Good night, people. Life's a game, but I figured it out. Sitting on the steps at Granny House. Granny House. Granny House. This world is strange, but I pictured my route. Sitting on the steps at Granny House. Granny House. Granny House. Life's a game, but I figured it out. Sitting on the steps at Granny House.